Last season, Gateshead fell at the final hurdle in the FA Trophy, but now it's time for another go. Yes, hello everyone, good evening, and welcome to a new video on this channel. Now, of course, today the draw for the third round of the FA Trophy was conducted. This, of course, being the round in which the National League teams come in, therefore my team, Gateshead, and with it, we have got ourselves yet another away game in a cup competition. That's now 5 different draws we've been in across 3 different cup competitions, and each time we've been drawn away from home. And this time it is a return to the scene of Rob Elliott's first game as manager. And of course, that means it is Rochdale versus Gateshead in the third round of the FA Trophy. You know what? Some people on Twitter and Facebook, what have you, are complaining about this draw. I don't know if it was just the fact it's yet another away draw, if it's against another National League team or whatever. But I'm just going to say I think we honestly could have done a lot worse with that draw. I mean, it's not going to be an easy game by any stretch. I mean, obviously, when we went down the league, we were 2-0 down at half-time and put on a really good display in the second half, but still that game could have gone either way. So it is definitely winnable for us, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of it may depend on how seriously Rochdale are taking the competition, maybe even how seriously we're taking the competition. But you know what? We've proved that we can match up to them, so you know, why not? I think it is going to be a pretty close one to call, but looking forward to getting back over there. Really enjoyed, especially going to the Medicine Tap in Rochdale itself before the game, so it should make for a decent away day. I mean, it wouldn't be a Gateshead season in the Cups, would it, if we didn't get a Greater Manchester team at some point, so it is what it is. But anyway, looking at the other teams in the region, Blythe Spartans have been handed an all-National League North tie away to Chorley. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just feels like Blythe seem to play Chorley like at least like 3 times a season, and can only ever picture them actually playing each other at Victory Park. Like, for some reason, my mind just refuses to recognise the fact that they play each other at Croft Park. This one, of course, as well being at Victory Park. So, can the Spartans go down there and put them out the trophy? I think that one's going to be an interesting tie. But as for Hartlepool United, they find themselves with a little bit of a banana skin actually, and they are travelling to I think it's 8th tier side City of Liverpool. So looking on Twitter and what have you, it looks as though the Hartlepool fans are looking forward to the away day itself. Liverpool is a great city after all, so that's going to be an interesting one actually. Again, a lot of it might just depend on how seriously Hartlepool are actually taking this competition. Of course, their main priority will just be to try and get back into the Football League, try and get into the playoffs, somewhat obvious. So maybe an opportunity there for City Liverpool. You never know. But as for York City, again another team with a bit of a banana skin, and they are away to Nantwich Town, who of course put out Chester in the last round, so by no means any mugs. And obviously a few years ago got to the semi-finals of the FA Trophy. I think it was a 7th tier team at the time. I think they're in the 8th tier now. But at Nantwich's ground, York have got to be careful in that one. I mean, obviously York do have the personnel and probably the quality within the team to go down there and just get the job done on the day. But yeah, it's definitely a banana skin for them, that one. But moving on now, and going to have a little bit of a chat about what I feel are the ties of the round. And starting with the holders of the competition, FC Halifax Town. They will play Altrincham. Now, of course, these two met at Moss Lane in the semi-final of last season's competition at Altrincham was seconds away from winning that game before Halifax scored right to death, then went on to win the penalty shootout. This one's at the Shea, so Altrincham will be out for revenge. Halifax looking to retain the FA Trophy. That one's a really close one to call, actually. So I think for a neutral, that should be quite an interesting one. But moving on, next up is Kidderminster Harriers, and they have got a local derby against Stourbridge. Now, obviously, Kiddy are really struggling at the minute, and there's a lot of unrest. Like, the fans feel as though the team's not good enough for the National League and what have you. And up against Stourbridge, who, as obviously Gates had played them in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round, and it took probably the greatest goal I've ever seen at a football match ever to actually break them down. So Stourbridge will be well up for that. Put National League North side Kingsland Town out in the last round as well. So that's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, local pride at stake as well. So I mean, on paper you'd expect Kidderminster to win, but there's absolutely no guarantees of that one whatsoever. Right, I was rudely cut off there by my phone because my iPhone storage was full. Thanks again once to iCloud, a system that absolutely nobody asked for, but everyone seems almost forced to have. But moving on, next up we're going to have a chat about Oldham Athletic and their tie against Mickleover. Now, if this was in the FA Cup, it'd have a little bit of a novelty to it, wouldn't it? But I think, obviously, I'm not sure, again, how seriously Oldham will actually be taking this competition this season, but it is a great opportunity for Mickleover, who obviously had a pretty impressive result in the last round against Spennymoor, and going really well in their league this season. So a bit of a banana skin there for Oldham, it has to be said, because Mickleover will go there with an attitude of nothing to lose. So I think that one makes for a really interesting tie. I think it'll be actually quite close, you know what I mean? Because I think Mickleover will be right up for it. Oldham, you just don't know where the priorities lie, do you? But finally, we're finishing with another derby of sorts, Eastleigh versus Aldershot Town. It's going to be an interesting one, that one, a bit of a Hampshire derby, and include just to show that I'm not totally biased towards the north there. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Wednesday night with Gisborough Town versus Crook Town in the Northern League Cup. Not going to Solihull tomorrow night with Gateshead. Don't really like going there anyway, to be honest with you. It's a long old way and a bit of an awkward place to get to on a Tuesday night. But until Wednesday, take care. Cheers for watching. See you later.